Whatever path you are on, whatever inspired you to come here today, we honor you and we welcome you. And now, our message.
So, here we are, week 5 in our series of talks, the basic principles of spiritual living. Week 1, Reverend Lyle talked about the thing itself. Week 2, I better get my glasses on for this one. Week 2, I talked about the way it works. The thing itself, God, the way it works, the law, what it does, which is create, manifest, and then how to use it. Those were the 4 topics of the 4 first Sundays. The Science of Mind textbook is an amazing book, and I invite you again, if you haven't read it, to explore it. It was a book that was written back in the 1920s by Dr. Ernest Holmes, a mystic and a metaphysician. And this introduction and this journey through exploring the very basic principles of who we really are and how to understand the way the universe works in relationship to us here on Earth, how we can tap into these spiritual laws and consciously use these laws through our mental faculties to focus our awareness on what it is we want to experience and what it is we can do to contribute to the evolution of humanity, of consciousness. So I wanted to wrap it up, week 5. There wasn't part 5 in the introduction, it only was up to number 4. So this week I'm going to introduce to you 7 holy words. And I'm going to state them now, and then I'm not going to talk about them for the whole talk, and then I'll introduce them at the end, because there's a particular activation or a code within this declaration that I'll be sharing, these 7 words, that I hope to help you activate within your consciousness through my talk today. And then we'll finish up with actually embodying these 7 holy words. So the 7 holy words are, as never before, that I am now. As never before, that I am now. Did I get it, Craig? I can see you counting on your fingers. Okay. I know you were expecting, the 7 holy words. It must be love and grace and peace and... No. I mean, those, yes. Those are 7 holy words too. All words are holy. All words are holy. And all words are powerful. As never before, that I am now. The 7 holy words. So, we'll come back to that. So last week, I introduced to you in the How to Use It segment, spiritual mind treatment. And I introduced to you 5 steps for you to not only understand, but to embody. 5 words to activate the creative process, to ignite the creative process into action. Does anyone remember what those 5 words were, quickly? Nobody was paying attention. So,
action was 1.
Close. So,
are you ready to receive?
so that's a good one. So there's a good way of remembering these, a little cheap way of remembering these 5 words. Are you ready to receive? R is recognize. U is unify. Ready is realize. And 2 is thanksgiving. And receive is release. Are you ready to receive? And that stands for the 5 steps of what Ernest Holmes calls a spiritual mind treatment. It's affirmative prayer. It's a way of stopping time. Time doesn't really exist anyway. But us in our human forms, we need to be able to slow down a minute, stop that busy monkey mind, as the Buddhists call it. So we take a time out and we do a spiritual mind treatment so that we can become really present in the now moment, acutely aware of being God, being connected to your divinity, being present to the that, God, the thing itself, and unifying with that. So, recognizing, unifying, you're aware that there's only one life, one power, one presence, the life of God, and that you're a part of it. You're an individualized manifestation of the divine. So we recognize, we unify. See, this is a mental treatment where we're convincing ourselves, we're reminding ourselves, we're reawakening to our magnificence through this process. This is an activation, so it takes a little preparation. You might remember that I said there's the recognition and the unification, then there's the meat of the sandwich, so to speak, the realization, which is that we need to prepare for us to be in that realization stage. So we recognize that there's only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. This life is my life now. So we recognize that. We unify with it. And then we realize. The realization step of this is our affirmation. It's our declaration. It's us using our word, our thoughts and our words to impress into the fertile soil of the mind, the divine mind, the one mind. We do a mind link up. And we state what it is that is seeking to express itself by means of us. Another way of saying that, we speak our word for what it is we want. Who we want to be, how we want to be, what we want to experience. Now, when we first come into this kind of teaching, we think of all kinds of things that we want. Prince Charming, Princess Charming, parking spaces, lots of money. Well, yeah, we can use these great powers of our thought to manifest such things. But that's not really the point. The point to becoming a conscious co-creator and utilizing these laws, learning these 5 steps of treatment, is so that you can align yourself with your God self, with your divinity, because that, the thing itself, God, all that is seeking to evolve by means of you. Now, you thought you were here just to grow up and get married and do all those things. No, you came here, you're an agent for change. You came here as an agent for change on this planet. Humanity is evolving through us. So in the realization step, after lots of meditation, lots of reading, lots of deep spiritual work, it becomes clear to us what it is that we want, what is ours to do. And so we speak it into reality. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful to know that you are a co-creative presence on this planet, and you can use the very God-given gifts that you have, your mind and your words, to bring forth a greater expression of love, of God, of joy, of beauty, of power, of creativity, of wisdom. That's the chakra system. You're here to bring forth this energy that your body is designed to do. You have this awareness in you. You tap into it by creating fertile soil. Your mind becomes fertile soil as you practice these spiritual principles and practices. That's the realization step. You know who you are. You know whose you are. You know what you are. And you begin to uncover what's yours to bring forth. And then the last two steps, thanksgiving. You give thanks. Because love and gratitude are the most magnetic energies in the universe. So we say thank you. Thank you for what is already manifest. Because words and thoughts are just things that are manifest but not quite visible to us with our human eyes. With our real eyes. You can see that. And then we release, we let go. Because we don't know how. We let go into the hands that know the how. So those are the 5 steps. And so our job as metaphysicians, or our job as co-creative agents for good on this planet, is to become aware, and we can use this 5-step treatment or any other way that you get into alignment with your truth and manifest what it is that you are here to manifest, whatever it is. It could be, we just lit the flames of faith. There are many paths to this. This is just one. It's our job here at the Satya Center to introduce practical spirituality. Practical spirituality. So this is one of the ways that we become aware of the tremendous power that we have. The power to bring more peace into your family. The power to bring more abundance into your life. The power to align with health. Because you are whole and perfect and complete. And if you're experiencing anything other than that, this 5-step treatment will help you get into alignment with reawakening to who you are. Is this making sense? So I thought it would be nice to share. Has anyone read Dr. Jean Houston, any of her work? She's an amazing philosopher, mystic. She's been around forever. She's probably in her 80s, I would say. And she studied, when she was a little girl, growing up in New York, she met this funny old Frenchman. And she would meet him in the park. I don't know if it was Central Park, but I'll just pretend it was. So she met him in Central Park, and he would always be so delighted to see her, and she would be so delighted to see him. And so for several years, they had these sweet little talks and walks through the park. Well, later on, she found out that he was Pierre Desjardins, and he was a Catholic priest, mystic, and he coined that phrase that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. A great futurist. Anyway, she wrote the foreword of the Science of Mind textbook. So I wanted to read to you what Jean Houston said about Dr. Ernest Holmes and this amazing book. This is a book for the ages. It contains the distilled wisdom of many eras, many cultures, and one great soul, Dr. Ernest Holmes. To read it is to be charged with change, to enter into partnership with God, and to relearn the laws of co-creation. It is perhaps one of the most potent and influential books of the 20th century. Its words have inspired countless millions and seeded the growth of spiritually innovative churches, centers, and philosophies. In precise and powerful prose, it lays out the blueprint for the remaking of the mind and the reenactment of the world. Yet many people know little about it. Perhaps this is as it should be, for it is a hidden masterpiece, which must be discovered only when one is ready to enter upon a larger life. If I were to state the essence of the teaching of the science of mind, it would be that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. The highest God and the innermost God is one God. The core of each human being is the original creative genius of the universe. Don't you love that? The core of you, the core of me, the core of every sentient being is the original creative genius of the universe. That's what Paramahansa Yogananda was doing with his self-realization fellowships. He was helping us, not us. Did anyone go to the self-realization? Yeah, I've been there too. A few of us. He's helping humanity, along with so many different yogis and mystics and sages, teaching the same thing of reawakening to this innate genius, this seed perfection, as Emerson said. The seed perfection lies within. The core of each human being is the original creative genius of the universe. Consciously or unconsciously, we direct the flow of universal mind into form. This grants us tremendous power, and with it the innate responsibility to make or break our world through the extraordinary working power of our minds. The science of mind gives us the passion for a new possibility, along with precise and clear directions for building a new matrix of mind and reforming our reality. The science of mind shows us how to be active and creative citizens in a universe richer than all previous imaginings. For the first time in human history, we are required as a species to extend ourselves into radically new ways of being. The tasks that are now ours, the tasks of virtual creation, I love that, virtual creation, compel the revolution in consciousness that tells us that we are part of the great unfolding of spirit in flesh. Can you even believe that? We're part of the great unfolding of spirit in flesh. We're now just waking up to this. It took some of us longer than others. She finishes with, these are the times, we are the people, and this book can help us do it. So, that was just a little recap on what we've been doing so far. And then last week, Marilyn, you did say achieve or activate, or one of those words that I didn't mention in the 5 steps. I also talked about believe, have faith, prove this to yourself, activate by thinking in a certain way, and then embody by acting in a certain way. So, I want to just tap in again today on faith. Because as I've been experiencing this week, there's been a lot of stuff up this week. For anyone else besides me, a lot of stuff up. People aren't cooperating with me very well.
That's an understatement.
Okay, so for all of us that have been out of alignment, or stuff's been up, or we've forgotten all of these great spiritual practices and principles, let's just take a breath together. Another one. One more. Okay. So, faith. I want to talk about really walking this talk in the face of when things aren't going so well. When you're having a crisis of faith. Anyone have a crisis of faith? Mm-hmm. Anyone stuck in that place of fear? Mm-hmm. And you've read those books. You've been coming to these centers for how many years now?
Oh, many. Over 30.
And we come to this place of like, does this really work? So I love what Dr. Ernest Holmes talks about when he talks about moving from fear to faith. You might want to get your pen out. Because he says, faith and fear are the same things, but moving in opposite directions. This is so key. This is so key because in our current paradigm, in our conditioning, we have been programmed for struggle, for fear. And so it seems to be our default, like when kidney stones happen. We seem to just go to that place of fear. Kidney stones happen. Yes.
I say it this way, fear is faith in failure.
Oh.
Fear is faith in failure. Oh, that's good. So let me get back to what Dr. Ernest Holmes says in this. Faith and fear are the same things but moving in opposite directions. Faith is the conviction that you will experience what you want. The good that is yours to have. So that's faith. You have a conviction that it's yours. That thing, whatever it is, you have faith in it. So what do you have faith in? Like what are some of the very simple things? You have faith that the sun's going to come up. Right? Do you have faith that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that you get the essence of faith. You have a conviction that that's going to happen. Okay? Well, fear is the conviction that you will experience what you don't want. Do you get that? So if you're experiencing fear, you're saying, yes, I have a deep conviction that that's fine. So what are you fearing right now? Don't speak it out loud. But just do a little scroll back from whatever time it was that you woke up this morning. And just do a little inventory of what fearful thoughts you may have had. And so it is. That's the harshness of this awareness. One of my friends said to me, not one of us has the luxury of a single negative thought. You gotta stop that. Stop it! But, so I want to explore a little bit more about why we should do these prayers, these 5-step treatments. And I better hurry up, the kid's coming back. Okay, so Dr. Ernest Hung says, the time is now, the place is where we are, and it is done unto us as we believe. So I'm just going to say before, because you're all going to say, well, you didn't get to those 7 holy words. I'm going to put a placeholder there. I'm going to talk about it next time, because I want to share a couple of things about faith with you. But I've implanted the seed of those 7 holy words, so they're ruminating until we meet again. So, the time is now, the place is where we are, and it is done unto us as we believe. So watch what you're thinking. It is done unto you as you believe. When in doubt, pray. When things are difficult, pray. Rumi says, when the world pushes you to your knees, you are in the perfect position to pray. When the world pushes you to your knees with a kidney stone, with a divorce, with the illness of a child, with some tragedy, you are in the perfect position to pray. Don't forget. Plant those seeds of faith. What is it that you're calling forth? You're a powerful co-creator. You have within you everything that is required for you to have what it is you want. Perfect health, relationships, abundance, deep spiritual awareness. It's all within you. Have faith. Have faith. A good crisis is a terrible thing to waste. And then Hafiz. Don't you love those beautiful poets? Those ancient poets that sort of had their eyes open. I'll leave you with this. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. And I would like to see you in better living conditions. Fear is the cheapest room in the house, and I would like to see you in better living conditions. Thank you. So let us pray. Oh, beautiful Spirit, Divine One, innate, organizing, creative genius in the universe that is always present, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, all wise, all knowing, all powerful, all present. I am that. As never before, that I am now. As never before. In the here and now, I speak my word. Everything I see is the body of God. Everything I feel is the frequency of the Most High. Everything I am is alive with this wisdom and intelligence that is organizing the universe around me. So I simply focus my attention right now. I focus my energy and I open my heart. I know I am worthy of all goodness expressing through me, coming to me, because I am a child of the universe. The mere fact that I am living and walking and breathing and speaking, that blood is running through my veins, is a sign and a symbol that I am worthy to receive the queendom, the kingdom of heaven. So I speak my words and I activate the divine creative process into action. I know that I am a woman of power. I am grateful for this body temple, for the way I move, how every cell in my body is working perfectly, that the entire universe is conspiring for my good. Are these your words? Yes. The whole universe is guiding me. Every step that I take, I listen. And I move with faith, knowing that what is mine is being revealed within me now. What is mine to bring forth is being revealed in easy, loving, powerful ways. And I lovingly and abundantly share my gifts and my light with all that I meet. I am a beneficial presence on this planet. I have a healthy body, a clear mind. I have a wise, clear, intuitive voice, the voice of God within me, knowing, singing, dancing me into expression. Any doubt dissolves. Any fear dissolves. And I simply stand in my light. And I say yes. I say yes to these blessings as never before. That I am now. Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence today and being a part of the Satya Center. You're invited to join Reverend Ali and Reverend Lyle each Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for your dose of connection, inspiration, and co-creation. The Satya Center is located at 795 24th Street, Ogden, Utah. For directions, a map, and our service times, please see our website, thesatyacenter.org. This program was brought to you by the kind donations from the members of the Satya Center. Thank you.